NEC Europe is a pivotal stage at the moment. It's a relatively small operation in Europe, but wants to make use of the shared service centre concept. It's very fragmented. It's got a number of regional affiliates. It's also going through an expansion from the point of view of bringing in new divisions and etc. etc. So the whole concept of centralisation is what drove NEC to actually invest in shared services. My background is this is my third shared service setup. And it's an interesting one because as much as we want to get the benefit of shared services, the reality is we don't have critical mass. So we're kind of a new form shared service. We're actually looking to, rather than consolidate and centralise people and then look at standardising and automate, we've turned that on its head a bit. We've actually gone out and looked at what the toys are that are out there that can enhance the P2P in particular, because for us that is our high volume activity, and then bring them back into the business and see how they potentially could fit. The reason I come, and I'm a regular attender, is more to keep up to speed with what is moving, and it's a very fast moving pace. I remember a lot of these solutions in their embryonic stage when they promised a lot and delivered very little. They've moved on, and certainly for the new initiatives of e-invoicing in particular, they're opening new doors for us. The main thing for us is working with key people. They've got to understand what we want to do. As much as we are very receptive to the notion that maybe one solution won't fit all of our challenges. So the basket notion that was discussed earlier is very much talking to us. What we want to do is align ourselves with people that can actually come in and sit there and go, well, what is it you want to do? So we're taking them from being these software providers to actually being more probably solutions integrators and coming to us and helping us with our journey. We certainly think we can still get benefit. We're very, very low volume compared to some of the attendees here, but if you get the balance right, then I think we've actually got a good chance of getting that return. Our journey so far is we've managed to automate all of our pan-European T&E. That's gone very well. That's with Concur. We are actively deploying Brainware solution with their intelligence data capture. Our objective there is not so much the initial data capture where everybody's quoting high 90s, etc., etc. Ours is to actually get rid of the actual touching altogether. So we've spent a lot of time looking at what will work with that, going back into the business, almost blaming those tools for the change in particular. So we can effect the change much quicker. With the three-match process we've got there, we've got already 48% straight pass-through. We don't have people touching it at all. Our ambitions for that are probably very ambitious at 70–80%, but anything we can do that will release headcount means that we can actually go and do better things. So we're very much of the view that we're releasing people to do more value add. So as much as our P2P is very large, we're a Japanese company, so the supply chain part is massive. We want them to be more strategic, and this is what these tools actually give us a chance to do. It's been talked about many times. I mean, ultimately, you don't just need a sponsor, you do need this process owner. It's somebody that can influence the whole P2P. Already, many of the people here, their challenge is not so much that they don't believe in it, but they tend to be very functional. So you've got the big boys here who've already cracked that and broken that thing, but for a lot of the smaller players, they're still very functional. And they've done a lot of tidy work, some great work to get to a certain position for their function, be it AP. But it's that next stage of engaging and actually driving the conversation to be more the full process based. And as I say, once you've got that, and if you've got a process owner that sits on top and can sponsor that, then great things are possible.